another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friends?
I'm doing pretty well today, dude. You know, hanging out. What do we got? Was it Wednesday? It's a nice hump day, dude.
Today
Middle of the
Wednesday.
week, dude. Excited up for this weekend and excited to be here. So let's have a good show, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more myself.
Really?
Other than the fact that, you know, we're going to talk about it, but it's just, it was a tough night last night, needless to say. Didn't get to the end, went to bed right before the last inning. Those late games are tough.
Yeah, the 9:40 start is excruciating, dude.
So even though, you know, midweek, especially now, it's just baseball season, there's definitely no live sports on later. I guess some random team that we don't care about. So judging by what you're saying, Tony, you're definitely like, you don't like the later games, or it depends on the day. Like, where are you with that?
I guess it kind of depends on the day. I mean, it is, and I think we may have talked a little bit about it before, but you know, the West Coast games, like on the weekends, are dope,
right?
Because like you're out at the bar, it's
back.
10 o'clock. Yeah, exactly. Like you can be out watching the game. You know, especially, you know, sometimes how, you know, you're in a bar, maybe you're having some annoying guy talking to you. Like, oh, the game is on, you know, like, but yeah, it's nice on the weekends, but obviously during the week, dude, it's so tough. Like you said, like, you know, 9:40 it starts, like get up early in the morning for work. Like you're not, and then in a tight game too, like you want to stay up, but it's like, oh, like you really shouldn't stay up. You're tired. It's like, oh,
and you know, maybe it's a product of, you know, more times than not, you know, you're playing a West Coast game, so it's obviously a road game, and It's like those are tougher to win. So I just feel like there have been, you know, and think about all the Yankee games, you know, that I've watched, you know, over the years, more times than not, I've stayed up to some disappointment.
Oh yeah,
and of course, you know, we did, you know, have that that last night. I mean, it was nice that, like, you know, I could, you know, put it on and you know, my room, the TV in my room, you know, kind of have it. But, you know, you need results, Tony. And I don't think anybody knows that better than you.
Yeah, dude. Or you yourself as well, you know. Don't discredit yourself, Brian.
No. I greatly appreciate that, Tony. Greatly appreciate that. But after a little warm-up, let's just jump into it. The world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Throw deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Seems like the last time that Aaron Judge suited up for the Yankees, it was 1998, Tony.
Wow. Dude,
It was a great year, and I don't think that was by coincidence at all, Tony, but it was tough. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And even, you know, after all the disappointment of recent, I was still surprised. I still had so many more higher, you know, expectations, you know, than what happened last night. And we'll do a specific breakdown, but I have to say I was thoroughly surprised. And I know that comes as a surprise, just given, you know, given that, it's, you know, it's been tough. It's been inconsistent of recent, but I don't know. I thought it set up well. Obviously I like the way, you know, that, we really handled the A's when we were back in the Bronx. So I was expecting, more of the same last night. And I know the numbers since 02, give or take, Tony, I think it's like the Yankees are 12 under 500 at the Oakland Coliseum, something along those lines. Yeah. It's always been a struggle. And like I had kind of quickly mentioned that yesterday, and I do think it's just, I mean, there's no ballpark in the major leagues that's similar to that ballpark.
Yeah, very
and then
true.
Obviously the whole thing about the fly balls.
Right.
I know it's different because Citi Field, has some larger dimensions, but when they're playing like in Oakland, or let's say they're, in Detroit, they're in Atlanta. Do you ever find yourselves thinking like, they fly out to the warning track and like wondering, well, if we were at Citi Field, would that be a home run?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the time, dude.
Yeah. I wish like they had some, like, I know it's like too much
thing.
Yeah. But I guess after the play, they're not going to have it like up going live,
Sometimes they do mention that, in this ballpark, back at home, it would have been gone. But that's interesting how they have such an issue at the Coliseum. Is that maybe like, do you know if it correlates at all with just their overall record on the West Coast in general? It has nothing to do. It's just single to the A's.
It's single to the A's.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just disheartening, playing a team that's, 39 games now under 500. And, that was 1-9 going into this game, struggling to score, struggling to get hitters out.
Yeah.
And you strike out 11 times and score one run. Pretty tough to take. But let's take a step back here and start from the beginning. So we had a pitching matchup of Johnny Brito versus Paul Blackburn. And like I had mentioned, Blackburn, he's kind of a journeyman. Brito, obviously a rookie with the Yankees and making a second start back from the minors and pitched, pretty well. Last time out against Seattle. First inning, Yankees went down 1-2-3. LeMahieu ground out. What else is new? Bader pop out and a Rizzo strikeout, something we've been too accustomed to seeing of recent. Brito did a good job in the first. He had Kemp ground out. He did allow a walk to Noda, but Jose Trevino picked him up first, and then he struck out Blade to go on to the second. You had a Stanton pop out to second. Bowers did pick up a single. Donaldson, a deep fly out. One of those. Oh, I wonder what would happen to Yankee Stadium.
Did he flip his bat?
No bat flip. McKinney flies out. So that's the end of the top half of the second. Brito gets the A's to be retired in order. In the bottom half, Brown, Rooker, and Peterson. Yankees 1-2-3 again in the third inning. So here we are, 3 innings in, worst team in baseball, and you don't even have a hit, or you have one hit. So then third inning, Brito runs into a little trouble after a Langeliers, I think that's how you pronounce it, strikeout. And the A's, who seemingly have all these former Yankees, Tyler Wade getting the start at shortstop, the beard, the hair.
Dude. Barely recognize him.
Yeah, a triple to right. He's on third, 1 out. Ruiz, who leads the majors in stolen bases and stole one after this hit, single to score Wade.
Wow.
Kemp walked, Noda flied out, but then Jose Trevino showing off his arm caught Ruiz stealing.
Nice.
So that was the end of the third inning with the Yankees trailing 1-0. You had Bader strike out, Rizzo doubles, and then Stanton strikes out. Bauer strikes out. Listen, I'll give Bader and Bader a break. He's still relatively new to coming back. Whatever. He had that big hit, last weekend. But for Stanton and Bowers to strike, I mean, Bowers has been good. So I guess it's really just Stanton to strike out there. I mean, what are we talking about? And he later in the game didn't come up big as well. So we go on to the bottom of the fourth. A Blade fly out, a Brown home run to right center, 378 feet. So that made it 2-0 Oakland. And then Brito gets Rooker and Peterson out in order to move on to the top of the fifth. Josh Donaldson. He did a little dance,
dude.
4:23 to left.
A dance, Brian?
You know his hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the Yankees are 0-6 when Josh Donaldson hits a home run this year. So that's
Are you
interesting.
serious?
Yes, unfortunately. So then Billy McKinney strikes out. Anthony Volpe had his first of 3 hits last night. So one of the rare bright spots of last night. Volpe seemingly getting it together at the plate. He singles to center. He had second base stolen, but Jose Trevino hits a foul ball, has to go back. Then Trevino hits a grounder. Volpe able to get the second, but would have been on third had he let him steal originally. Mayo pops out to short to end the inning. Brito 1, 2, and 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Langieres, Wade, and Ruiz. Onto the 6th inning. Blackburn starts this inning, gets Bader to ground out, walks Rizzo. They go to Urseg, a guy that I'd never heard of, but he did a good job. He gets Stanton to ground out. They throw Rizzo out at second, so Stanton on first.
Interesting name.
Bauer strikes out. Common theme here: runners on, strikeouts. So Johnny Brito comes out for the bottom of the 6th. He gets a Kemp fly out, a Noda fly out, and Blade singles to center. Then you have Nick Ramirez in the game. He walks Seth Brown, but gets Rooker to line out to left, ending the 6th. On to the 7th. Irsig comes back out. Donaldson strikes out. McKinney strikes out. So more strikeouts once again. Anthony Volpe with a single tries to steal second and is thrown out for the first time in his career. And they showed some stat. It was like 13 steals in his first 40 games, but 2 steals in his last 37. They haven't been sending him enough. I don't know how you don't send him every time. I know he got thrown out here. It was a close play. You saw it. I think if there was more overwhelming evidence, that play would have been overturned. Tommy Kahnle, one of the rare bright spots from last night, 1, 2, and 3 again. So Tommy jacked up, playing an important part of this Yankee bullpen.
Love it.
Former Met great Trevor May comes into the game. And the Yankees decide to pinch hit Oswaldo Cabrera for Jose Trevino, I guess, to get a lefty up. But it's like Cabrera needs to go down to the minor leagues. We need Florial up here. How many times do we need? He's hitting under 190, I believe. So he strikes out. LeMahieu walks. They pinch run IKF, but they don't send him. Bader flies out. Rizzo walks. So this was really a prime opportunity for the Yankees. First and second, I know there's 2 outs. Stanton up, and he does the rain dance, basically, gets turned all the way around and grounds out to short. So once again, Stanton not coming up big. Kahnle comes back out for the 8th, gives up a single, and then the Yankees go to Wandy, and he gets Kemp to sacrifice bunt, getting Ruiz to second, but a Perez fly out and a Diaz ground out move us to the 9th inning. Gleyber Torres, pinch hitting, leads off the game with a single. So once again, we just had an off day. Why is Gleyber Torres not in the starting lineup to begin with? As Tony is back to the ESPN ads.
Dude, why is this happening now?
There we go.
I don't fucking want that, dude.
So, and also too, tell me this isn't one of the worst managerial moves you've ever seen. I mentioned Torres came in as a pinch hitter. They pinch hit him for Jake Bauers,
right? But
leave Josh Donaldson up there. So once again, Boone showing that he's a complete airhead. Tony
had a home run.
Doesn't matter. You saw, I think I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but yeah, that meme or whatever you want to call it. So he strikes out. McKinney lines out. Volpe able to get his 3rd hit of the game on an infield single, and then you don't have any pinch hitters left. So Kyle Higashioka striking out to end the game. The Yankees get completely embarrassed in game 1 here, Tony, and fall to the Oakland A's 2-1. In just a completely pathetic game. Obviously, a couple things stand out that were good. Donaldson is not part of this. We know he's not part of the future, so I don't care that he hit a home run. Like I just mentioned, I think there's a correlation that they're 0-6 when he does hit a home run. So Brito pitching was good. Down the road, you need to start. Somebody gets hurt. You're gonna you're gonna feel good about him getting out on the mound. We talked about Tommy Kahnle, been lights out since coming off that injured list. Anthony Volpe, 3 hits, seemingly heating up at the plate. You need every ounce of offense you can get. But other than that, Stanton looks finished. Cabrera looks like he doesn't belong on a major league roster. And just no clutch hitting. And it's not like this was a tough test. I mean, even though there's still no excuse, but is this not like rock bottom? Losing to the Oakland A's. I know it's on the road. I know you don't typically play there well. And yes, pull up Paul Blackburn's, Tony, 3.77 ERA.
I mean,
his whip's 1.39.
Yeah.
You should be able to score 2 or 3 and then
At
get
least.
into the bullpen and then get into the bullpen.
Yeah.
So it's a joke. And I've been stern on the fact that I don't believe that Giancarlo Stanton is finished, but now I find myself questioning that again, Tony. I mean, it's been a little bit now, and we have not moved past the train wreck period. I mean, he looks so lost at the plate, and I know, he had that big single late in the game against Texas, but that's the only thing that sticks out that he's done. DJ's a ground out machine, and Rizzo, I mean, has not homered in a month. So it's just like, it's tough to feel good about that. Like I said, I like what Volpe did, but then nobody else did anything. The off days are ridiculous. We mentioned Glaber getting the day off, and I know he hasn't even been consistent either, Tony, but it's just like the thing that just pisses me off, and people talk about this on Twitter all the time. It's like the Yankees are so keen on these off days, but they lead the league in players going on the injured list. So why are we even doing this?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all.
So I guess, I mean, just looking at that box score and starting at the top there with DJ, what's the deal there, honestly? What do you see?
I mean, I'm looking at the 0 for 3 there, obviously. I don't know. You're looking at a player who, you love the way he plays the game. You're looking at someone who has, accolades in previous seasons of his career. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is his average is 227 right now. He really seems like he can't even buy a hit. He's your leadoff hitter last night, too. So you expect him to get something going, got nothing going. I think, like you were saying about Stanton, I think LeMahieu now is in the same boat where you kind of question what else he has left. And LeMahieu is someone who struggled with injury as well. So you really don't know what you're going to get with him. It feels, looking at it as a team, striking out 11 times as a team, obviously is a lot. For someone like Blackburn, on the A's, I mean, his ERA isn't like the worst in the league, but, gave up 4 runs against Cleveland, gave up 3 runs against Tampa Bay. I think pitched well against Milwaukee. But other than that, I mean, the guy should be extremely hittable. And I think he gives up a lot of hits. I mean, I think he gave up like 7 hits against Cleveland, 9 hits against Tampa Bay. You got 7 hits as a team, but I mean, you gotta score. You gotta get again. I mean, Stanton is probably your biggest example of being up at the plate with runners in scoring position, an opportunity to get runs in, and you're totally flubbing it, dude. And it seems like a lot of these strikeouts are striking out looking, I guess, which is okay.
Is it?
I mean, it's better than striking out swinging, which is better than looking.
It's okay to sit there at the bat.
No, not at all.
I know.
But I mean, so maybe it's just, I don't know, like obviously they're recognizing a pitch, but maybe they just don't have quick enough hands right now. Maybe it's a mechanical issue at the plate that you could possibly fix, but it seems like everyone in this lineup has some type of bug that they're just not hitting well. You mentioned Volpe 3 for 4, but I mean, that has been great. But
recent
part of the season, recently.
Go to the game logs, Tony. Go to the game logs.
Okay, let's go to the game.
I want to see some notable improvements.
Let's go. Here we go. Let's see notable improvements. Let's see last 5 games right now. Obviously 3 for 4 last night. Before that, against Texas, 1 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 2 spot in the other 2 games against Texas. Seattle 1 for 2. Yeah, I don't know. We can go deeper, dude. Here we go. Game logs. Go to the game logs.
That starts at the top. So just look at like the last 10 games or something.
We can look at the month of June here. 261 at bats. His batting average is 203 for the month of June. No, that's total. Is it total? Yeah, it is total.
Yeah. But I mean, you see the 3 for 4 last night, 1 but 3 in the game before that, 1 but 3 a couple games before that, a 3-game hitting streak before that. So I'm just saying, out of a lot of nothing that he had been going through, there is some signs of life.
Yes, no, that is true. That is very true. But still, dude, I mean, last night you still got to expect more from your lineup. I mean, this guy Blackburn is not someone who you just only put up no runs again. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, you got to figure out a way to hit him, especially with Brito only giving up 2 runs too. I mean, you didn't give up a lot. I mean, you lost 2-1. This really was just
such
a problem with your offense. Yeah, such an easy game to win for sure. And I don't know. I mean, you can blame Boone for not pinch hitting for Donaldson or anything like that. But I mean, come on, like 9th inning, the Yankees should have been up like 7-2, like it should have been definitely a different type of night with the guys you have in your lineup. I don't know, dude, it's tough. It was certainly a really tough loss, especially to start out this series in Oakland. You got to face him for another 2 games. So I don't know, man. I'd be honestly, if I had to think, my biggest concern is probably Anthony Rizzo, to be honest. Because I feel like, I mean, I said a couple of weeks ago that I think Stanton is kind of washed. But I don't know. I feel like this time last year, Rizzo was just
on fire.
Yeah, on fire.
And how about the beginning of the year?
And for someone, a team like the Yankees, who are obviously missing Aaron Judge so much right now, dying from the comeback, you need someone to step up. It really only takes one person. And they needed, obviously, it's a 1-run game. It would have taken one good hit to win this game. But I mean, again, you got to be on to the next. I mean, you kind of, I guess you appreciate what Brito did for you. 5 2/3 was all right. I mean, he managed the game. He was manageable start. So that's good. And of course, obviously, your bullpen comes in and business as usual, which is great there. You just got to find a way to score, which I guess is kind of good. And, if you're looking at the Yankees, you just need to figure out a way to get some hits, Now,
obviously, we've talked about guys in the minors that we feel like could help and stuff like that. But if we're dealing with the roster that we have right now, if it was up to you, Tony, what would you do differently with this lineup?
I mean, LeMahieu definitely wouldn't be leading off.
My thought is, oh no, go ahead. You go first.
I was just saying, like, maybe see what Volpe could do in the leadoff spot.
That's what I was gonna say. And send him every time.
Yeah, every time.
What are you like? Oh, we're waiting for the home run. He might get thrown out. No, there's no home runs coming.
And I feel like, honestly, I'd probably start Stanton and just see if his production at the plate will improve.
Start him, but meaning bat him second, or you're just saying play him every day?
Oh, so no, play him every day, like in the field.
And then, but in the field. Yeah. Okay. And then are you batting him second? Are you batting him ninth? Are you batting him cleanup? Are you batting him fifth?
I'll probably put him in cleanup, honestly.
Okay. So who's your 2-hitter?
Bader probably at 2.
Yep.
Rizzo at 3rd. And then after
Stanton at 4. Yep.
Yeah.
Torres 5?
Yeah, all right. I'll give you Torres and then McKinney.
At
6.
Bauer 7.
Yeah, Bauer 7.
IKF over Donaldson
to start.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
And then Trevino batting 9th.
Yeah.
And you think that could?
First, it's definitely a mix-up. Yeah. And I think you said it actually maybe last week that Stanton, like, it has been noted that his at bats get better when he's playing the field.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that would be a huge uptick. Again, like a game like this, you just needed one hit, dude, like one hit. And I feel like if you can give Stanton more opportunity to improve his game, especially at the plate, why not give it to him?
Right.
And for the most part, I mean, he's been healthy recently. So, I mean, like, yeah, let's start him out in the field, dude. Like, why not? It's not like, wow, like, it's like, all right, yeah, like you're starting like Bowers over him. Like, is Bowers really that much greater in the outfield?
No, Stanton is better.
Yeah. So, like, why not?
Yeah.
Why? What would you do?
Everything. I guess the one thing I guess just by like my pure distaste for him,
Mhm.
I guess if we're deciding between DJ or Donaldson, we go DJ, even though I mean 227 is pretty bad.
I know.
But
Well, I
right
mean,
or no?
Yeah. I mean, you got to go DJ, though. You have to.
Yeah. Yeah. So Donaldson on the
Yeah.
bench. And then I guess, Trevino. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only way you can construct the lineup. And I know Rizzo last night, he walked twice, he had a double, but why isn't he hitting home runs? I mean, I know this park is not the easiest to hit home runs, but
Is it something? I mean, I don't know. Have you looked into like his exit velo or anything? Is he getting that? Like, is he hitting the ball hard?
I mean, he couldn't have missed by any less at Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park. So those are 2 home runs. I don't know if you remember the one at Fenway. It was like in the deepest part of the park, and the guy leaped and ran into the fence to catch it. So he needed another 2 feet to hit it over the fence. So you got that, the thing that happened in Yankee Stadium. So I guess he's close. But like, what do you like? What do you I'm just thinking more about Stanton here. I mean, we've talked about, okay, try him in the field, but like, what do you see? Because I think numbers wise, especially with the batting average and the home runs, really, like this year is kind of cooked. But like moving forward, I mean, is he capable of like in a future season hitting 260 with 30 home runs? Like, can he even do that?
I mean, I would like to think so. I mean, the man is clearly like athletically built to hit home runs, like to play this sport. I really do think it's just, I don't know. For me, if I was like a part of this organization and looking at like Stanton's role, it just seems like it needs to be redefined, and he needs to have like a different mentality. And I think that starts with him being an everyday player on both sides of the ball here. Like, I think that's really what it is. I think it's more of a mental thing than it is physical. So yeah, and like I said, I think that starts with him playing the field every day.
But like, I want that, but I still think like, like it should be, his numbers are better when he's in the field, but yet when he's DHing, I mean,
they still should be, yeah.
Like he's just Donaldson right now. So I just can't make sense of that.
I mean, I don't know what else to do. Like, what else are you going to do with him? You got to change it up somehow.
Oh no, I'm all for keep playing. I'm just wondering, like, is like his career over?
33 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I still think he's got it. Honestly, he just needs, like flip a switch, like just a different role. Because I just feel like his role as being a DH, like barely playing, getting off days, extended amount of time periods where he's not doing anything, where he is off. It's just not like, I feel like it's not conducive to good baseball. Like, you just, my one job is just get up there and like hit. Like, that's not, like, come on, dude. Like, it's just not going to feel right, especially when you are in a slump. I feel like it's going to get worse. You see so many players who make good plays in the field or whatever at their position, and they turn that into good offense because they get confidence, like,
right.
I feel like he just needs that type of boost, and his athletic ability is still there, Still, he cranks home run. I mean, when he hits it, he makes contact. It's an absolute bomb,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I know it's frustrating, dude.
Yeah, he's just like, I mean, come on, Tony.
Dude, I know.
I just like, because I all along, I've said I think Stanton's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
He has these periods of time where he can't get water falling out of the boat. I remember A-Rod a couple years ago saying he's not ready to hit when he's in the box.
Crazy.
But it's just, you just find yourself asking when. Like, how much longer will this continue? I mean, will you be surprised if this is still weeks away or no?
I guess not.
So you could see like striking out almost every time, no power, like going on for weeks moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say no to that. I mean, I feel like he hasn't really given you much to think otherwise, right?
Right. Boy, is that frustrating.
Do you think Boone starts to play him in the field though? Like, do you think Boone is capable of making that like assessment and be like, let's play Stanton in the field, like let's just get him out there?
No, because he doesn't do it enough. Like, he'll do it like here and there, but it's not consistent.
It's like twice a month I think I see him playing the field.
Yeah, that in all seriousness might be a stretch.
Yeah, honestly. And it sucks, dude. I think that's kind of ridiculous that Boone won't make that type of adjustment. It's like, but then what is Boone going to do? Just send him out there every night and just hope something has changed?
Well, I mean, think about he's doing that with Donaldson and LeMahieu as well.
Oh my God, I
Oswaldo
know,
Cabrera.
dude. It's so ridiculous.
And he was always Stanton was like almost my second favorite player on the Yankees, other than Judge, just because the playoff runs he's had, how hard he hits the ball. So it's just so hard for me to think that it's all said and done. But it's just like, but why the hell is this happening? Like, there's no sound, good reason for it at all. And it's just so annoying. And like I said, I know too, like I've said before, maybe not today, but this is all part of the seesaw. And yes, it's conceivable, they could win 6-0 tonight, whatever. But I can't help it. I feel like I've dealt with the offensive, or lack of offense for too long, where I just never want to see it again. I don't want to see it for one game, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm just so tired of seeing it.
I totally agree.
I know maybe like it just doesn't like, and it seems like I don't understand the stealing part too, because it's not even just Volpe. The whole team in the beginning of the year, the bases. We're running. Why are we not running? We're barely running. And I know he got thrown out. It was the first time that he was thrown out. He's only had 2 steals in 37 games. You got to be aggressive. You got to be creative. I mean, is that the problem here? When they're slumping, there's no creativity?
I mean, I think that's definitely an issue. Oof. Sorry, excuse me here.
No, you're good.
Bang. I mean, I think for me, that's kind of a managerial issue. I mean, obviously, like, players like Stanton or Rizzo not performing, Donaldson, that's their problem. That's their issue that they have to fix. But it's up to a manager to like kind of seize opportunities to make something out of nothing. And I mean, that starts with, being aggressive around the bases. You have to figure out a way to score when your lineup isn't doing well. And again, that's like Boone should be sending any like athletic runner they have realistically. Because I mean, they could do it again. Like Volpe, like why wouldn't you send Volpe every time? Especially if he does end up leading a leadoff hitter. I mean, imagine like first inning single, next play steal.
He's in scoring position.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you need to make 2 outs to score a run.
Yeah.
What a foreign concept, Tony.
I know. So it's like, why not? I mean, that's like, and think about now like the energy and the emotions coming from players when. You get a stolen base, hypes up the team. You bring that runner around and a couple, it could be a sac fly RBI, but it's the first inning. You're up 1-0. Like, it's a great feeling. People can get riled. Your lineup, your guys are going to be excited. They're going to be more confident to play. They're going to play better. More games.
It's right in front of you. So hopefully, they do that. They get more creative. And I really want, going through this, scoring 1 run against the A's, I still, and this shows the incompetence, the unintelligence of our front office, but I still feel like Florial and his 19 home runs are not even under consideration.
Yeah.
Right? Or no?
It doesn't seem like it, right?
Well, I mean, if it wasn't going to be now, what are we going to wait till we get swept by the A's and then do it?
I mean, I feel like series against the A's might be a good time to bring him up. I know,
man.
dude, it's tough.
Before we get further into this, I guess if you'd like to catch up on the comments,
I would. We have quite a few comments here, starting early. VHS DVD guy says Legendary Sports Show ESPN can take some notes. He says Michael C. Thiefel then says the boys are back in town. No better way to spend your 10 a.m. hour. The best in the business.
Let's go, fellas.
Matthew Gabriel, who is probably looming in the area by now, pathetic hitting. He says ESPN stinks. This show is the greatest. A long time of lack of offense. He says sucks arse. And then Chuck Scott says at least you don't have a center fielder playing shortstop.
Who is that?
Chuck Scott is a Sacred Heart alum.
But that
but then, who's the center fielder playing shortstop is, I mean, he's a big Boston
Mookie
guy.
Betts? But he's good at shortstop, isn't he?
He's good everywhere.
But right?
That's really, I guess.
Big Boston guy. Who's the Sox shortstop now? Depth chart?
Depth chart.
because I just can't even think of who their shortstop is.
I feel like I know. I mean, we obviously should know, but Pablo Reyes, 10-day IL.
Enrique Hernandez,
Yeah.
I would think, right?
Kike Hernandez.
Yeah.
I guess it must be, right?
But he's always, I mean, I thought he started out as a second baseman, and then he went to the outfield. No?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure just, there's some frustration.
I always kind of enjoyed Kike Hernandez.
What do we go pull up the standings too while you're on ESPN.com?
Let's do it, dude. What do you want to look at? The Yankees? Red Sox?
Just yeah. Okay, so there are 3 games. Okay, they're 4.5 games back of us. And go to wild card.
Yeah, wild card here, dude.
Okay, yeah, because people. But we're dead even. And then I mean, this is such a tight race. We cannot lose
even with
game
the
tonight.
Angels.
We cannot lose another game tonight.
I know, and you're 5.5 back from Baltimore right now,
who seemingly,
he's going to continue to win games,
even though they lost last night. But and I know the 5-5, but overall, I mean, that's a 48-30. That's a strong body of work.
Very. Yeah, dude.
So tonight, another 9:40 start. We got JP Sears, the former Yankee guy. I've been very high on. You were skeptical early on this year, but
Correct.
I think you've seen over the past month or so, he's a big league starter. He's their best pitcher.
Good body of work.
Good body of work. So it's not a walk in the park going against him tonight. And then Domingo Germán, kind of the exact opposite of JP Sears. Great start to the season, but atrocious specifically his last 2 starts. Now I'm expecting, Germán to, get back to how he was pitching, prior to the implosions the last couple of times out.
Right.
But I mean, you have to ask Tony. Sears on the mound. I mean, is there going to be any offense?
I mean, it's tough to look at what they were looking like last night and be like, yes. But again, I think I don't know. Again, I feel like at that type of low with those players, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's going to start with Aaron Boone getting his team mentally ready for this game. Like,
but is he capable?
No, I don't think so, dude.
So that's the thing that frustrates me so much, Tony. Is that we talk about all the time, doesn't matter who the manager is.
It does.
The players. Yeah, it freaking does. Yeah. And I think a big thing is the fact that you could say, okay, the front office tells them how to set the lineup, all this, but it's like, you're telling me that there's not coaches, there's not managers that get the best out of players?
Yeah.
And make adjustments?
Of course there is, dude.
So am I crazy?
No. Again, like imagine, just think about Anthony Volpe being the kid that he is, and Aaron Boone before the game looks him in the eye. You're leading off tonight. You're going to get on base. And then the very next pitch, you're stealing second base. Don't look back.
We're not even giving you signs anymore.
Yeah.
Every time you're on,
go.
We want you to go. Just don't get picked off.
Yeah.
But we want you to go.
Exactly. You're getting the green light. Trust in yourself. Trust in your speed. It's there. And he'll be fucking, dude. Like if I was him, I'd be lit up. I'd be like, wow, this is fucking sick, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living my dream.
But what are the chances tonight? Look at the lineup.
Right.
DJ leading off. Jake Bauers batting second, or maybe Bauers are one of them is probably on the bench. And they'll probably start Oswaldo Cabrera in his 188 average. McKinney will probably be on the bench though, honestly, because
really
lefty.
So? Yeah, lefty. And he was like 0 for 3 last night, McKinney, right?
Yeah. McKinney will be on the bench. Rizzo will be getting a day off, definitely.
Oh my god, dude.
No, maybe Glaber will actually lead off because they have been leading him off a lot. What do you think about him leading off? I guess it's better than DJ leading off, but I just don't think he's a leadoff hitter.
No, I mean the only thing you could argue that he does have speed if he were to get on base and you did want to try and steal right away. Like he's not a speedy guy.
That much speed. I mean, sure, he's better than DJ LeMahieu at running and Giancarlo Stanton and Jose Trevino.
Who do you want? Like, if not Vogt, you want like Bader leading off?
That wouldn't be terrible, right? I mean, I think it's him or Volpe.
He's got some emotion.
Yeah. And like I said, I know, he's been a little inconsistent since he came back, but it's such a small sample size that I don't think we can really hold anything against him, hold his feet to the fire.
Yeah, no. Hold his feet to the fire.
And what are you anticipating out of Herman tonight? I mean, I think it's 17 runs over his last 2 starts. Obviously, we get the lineup he's faced in a little bit here. What do you see happening out of him?
6 innings, 3 earned runs,
which is really like poor against this team. No,
it is poor, but it's a quality start for Herman.
But I think we're losing the game 3-2 if that happens.
Oh, dude.
Or no?
I mean, again, like,
especially because then we start pressing.
Right.
If he gives up 3 early and we're down 3-0.
Well, I didn't say 3 early.
But I'm just saying hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, if it is early and then he settles down. But again, like you still like just want to go into this game and expect the Yankees can score more than 3 runs. I mean,
but
I know.
What do you expect? Honestly. Not making me feel better at all. Just honest opinion. If you had to be as accurate as possible on this.
I don't know. I feel like they will have a good offensive night because I feel like we've seen it so many times where they just have a good offensive night in the middle of a lull of no runs, especially like after a game like last night. I feel like, I think there's maybe just like less than a handful of times where they've only scored like 1 or 2 runs and they lost the game 2-1 this season, right? So I can see a little bit of a bounce back in terms of offense. Like
from who?
From the long ball. I can see Torres hitting a dinger, honestly. Donaldson probably not. Maybe I would love to see Rizzo. I want to say Rizzo dinger.
So it's funny that you said it because I was going to ask you who's going to hit one, who's going to break this schneid first of home runs. Is it Rizzo or Stanton? But
I think it's going to be Rizzo.
When is Stanton's next home run?
When's your start break?
Are you kidding me?
July 12th, 11th?
You're telling me he's not hitting a home run until after the All-Star?
No. Like right before, like maybe the 8th.
I mean, that's still way too long. It's not your fault, but I'm just saying.
No, you're yelling at me. You think it is my fault, dude.
It actually is really good timing as we are joined by the one, the only Matthew Gabriel. Let's get the mic on.
How do I turn the mic on?
We're good. The mic is on.
The mic is on.
Tony's making some adjustments over here. But dude, what the hell was that though last night?
Suck. I don't know.
I want answers.
Can't give you an answer, buddy.
Well, give me something.
Dude, I mean, you gotta just hit. Just get in there and just make it happen. You have to go up there with a mindset of I'm getting a hit here or I'm getting on base no matter what. And they can't do it, dude, because they suck. It's pathetic.
Now, did you hear what we were kind of suggesting about like the revamped lineup, like batting order wise, or no?
Yeah, I just said, you want Glaber leading off?
So actually, we were said, that's not as bad as DJ leading off, but we think Volpe should lead off.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And steal every time. Yes,
no signs.
Yeah, dude, no, never again. Just go.
Never again, dude.
Go.
But did you see that? I don't know
again,
if you saw this online or you saw it with the game last night. That he has 2 steals his last 37 games.
Volpe?
Yeah, they're just not setting him.
Dude, talk about not utilizing like the positives that you have.
And before that, he had like 12 stolen, 12 attempts, 12.
It was like 13 steals in like 30 games or something.
The best for us at the top of the lineup is Volpe and a Judge.
Volpe and Judge. And I think though, when Judge isn't there, I think Bader number 2.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That and Stanton sucks. I don't know.
Obviously, but like,
terrible trade.
Is it over though?
We knew it. Maybe, dude. I know. Honestly, I really don't think so. But I don't know, man. I don't know what they have to do with him. He not good, dude.
No, but it's annoying though because I feel like if we trade him to Pittsburgh, he's gonna hit 30 home runs in the second half.
Probably.
Yeah. That's what always happens, dude.
But how is that still a thing in 2023? I mean, we're a national media. Everybody.
Maybe it'd be better if we weren't, dude. Clearly. But everybody's so nervous, it seems like, dude. You get a little nervous.
Let's get that done, America. No, but what really though? I mean, it's like guys are really doing it to themselves. That's why they're so bad
I'm
for
not
us.
even kidding, bro. Yeah.
I mean, clearly
they
players are.
It. Except Bader.
But
Judge,
I refuse to believe though that we can't find the guys that aren't nervous like that.
Can't do it, dude. Everybody's nervous. Everybody that comes here is nervous. Hey, Sonny.
So
Who else, bro? Just rattle
well,
them off.
Hicks,
Yeah.
I mean, has been
Hey,
going
Aaron.
off.
Right.
Sanchez,
Gary.
even,
So,
but
yeah.
but he had that period of time. So what transpired after those really good years to where he was?
Because everybody's so impatient and they hear everything everybody
Yeah.
says, all the fans. Like, don't think that they don't hear it. They don't know the narrative that's out there.
But
so
isn't that so
I think everybody's kind of got
weak?
it like, yeah.
I mean, it's
but-
the pressure of performing forever. You know, like
exactly,
he's saying, like
Tony,
people
yes.
do hear, like the players hear, like Yankee
They
fans,
know if
they
they fuck
hear
up,
sports radio.
They're
And it's
gonna
like
they're gonna get ripped.
But do
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all just have no confidence anymore? You know what I
No,
mean?
dude.
Like
Them?
they hear that, but then why isn't it not in their head? I know how good I am. I don't care what they say. I'm gonna go out there and show them.
Sometimes
Maybe.
you can get that porked, dude.
yeah,
Like you really can.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's just you spiral out of control, dude. And
Mhm.
before you know it, you can't grasp on any
Yeah.
sort of reality. And you're
Mhm.
just like, shit, I do suck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, oh no.
But
I am this way. I suck.
But I find it
Yeah.
hard to believe, like
and then you're mopping the floor at Wendy's, dude.
Exactly.
specifically
dude.
with Stanton. There's
Or
no
Burger
way right
King.
now that Stanton thinks his career's over.
You don't
No,
think so?
no, definitely not. No,
So
I don't think it's over either, dude. I just think that he.
did you
I
see
think
him
he's-
doing
I think
like the
he's-
pirouette at the plate last night?
No.
So they're first and second, 2 outs, 8th inning. You know, we're down a run, obviously. And he grounds out.
It's
but
also just
does
annoying
a
too, coming off the
360.
heels of really. He like did a.
Yeah, like
he
he
spun
swung
around
and
and-
ended over here.
Oh, good, dude. That's awesome. That's
We're on
dope.
the heels of what?
Of the Texas series, dude.
Right.
And then
right.
you go to Oakland and you lose, like, dude, come on, man.
You know, and I mean,
momentum.
It does define a inconsistent team. Is this the highlight here? Yeah. This is it. No. Okay, so it was a different at bat. It wasn't that at bat, but still,
Wasn't
that
the
was
eighth?
that was a situation where you can't get that done. And then how about too that they pinch hit Glaber for Jake Bowers, but then they leave Donaldson up there.
Dude. No,
Nobody
that
homered
works,
the other
dude.
at bat.
Yeah, bro, dude, he was MVP
Wait,
in
I feel like
2015.
that
dude.
was-
Yeah, this
okay.
is definitely it here.
Okay,
I'll
okay,
I'll share the
Let's see
screen
this-
here.
Let's see the Stanton gymnastics routine here.
Oh my gosh, dude.
A nice pure way.
Let's see here. Here we go. Oh, let me just make sure. Yeah, dude. We're in it. Here we go. We're
There
at
we go, let's
bat.
see it.
Oh my god.
I thought
dude.
when he did that,
Wait,
honestly,
oh.
Did he hit a ground ball? Or what the fuck happened?
yes, he hit a ground ball.
There's
Tyler
Wade.
Wade, how are you?
That's Wade.
Cool little
Yeah.
glove flip. Yeah.
Just gets him.
You know who's sick is the Braves. That glove flip. Did you see that play that they made last night? The
Must have been Albies.
no,
dude. They're on. It was a top 10 play, bro.
Albies and Arcia, probably.
I think so, bro. It was the second baseman, dude. It was sick. We'll have to. Yeah, Tony, you should pull it up. But that little glove flip just reminded me. This play that Atlanta made last night is like 100 times better than that. But
Really?
I mean, dude, the Yankees are pathetic, bro. You know, but I will say though, dude, I do give them credit for hanging in there without Judge, and I know it's been streaky, and obviously losing to Oakland is unacceptable. But 2 out of 3 from Texas.
2 out of 3 from Seattle.
Being above, are we 9 games above 500, or
No.
maybe it's like
7.
7. Yeah.
No, and the one thing too.
So I mean, it could definitely be worse.
right.
And it's also, dude, tough that Baltimore is so good, and Tampa Bay obviously, and so the 2 teams in our own division, bro. So it's like, I think that was
This
here it is.
Okay.
I think,
You think? Dude, you gotta fucking know, dude.
dude. I can think.
Versus the Twins, dude. Joey Gallo.
Dude, another one. That's another name for you,
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
there.
well, he
Getting
still
nervous.
sucks though. So he just is terrible. But thanks for Clayton Peter.
Max Kepler, dude.
Mr. Kepler. So that
Oh.
it is tough, dude. Like to have to go against that.
It's a
as
great
well.
infield play.
But that
That was the play.
Garcia.
That was the
but
play.
like last night,
Ozzy
you know,
Albies.
last
Yeah,
night.
Wow, dude. Yeah, that
But
is sick.
in Stanton going
Oh.
0 for
Dude,
50,
you know,
that has
with the
nothing to
Yankees,
do
they
with.
could never do that.
And look at that
but-
emotion, dude.
But
How hyped
you
he
know,
is.
but
Right.
dude, the fielding, that's not the problem.
No.
Old, dude.
Yeah.
That's the problem,
Oh,
dude.
dude. Oh, wow.
No,
You want to hear what
Donald-
Michael
Donaldson's
says?
Nice to have, dude. From 2015, he's the same guy, same player.
No,
dude.
but
MVP.
and it's funny. I know Boone and Cashman, the lineup tonight. Okay, 2 out of these 3 guys are not going to be playing. Bowers, McKinney, Rizzo. You know, 2 of the 3 of them will be bench. Sears, a left-hander.
Right.
Glaber will be back
I'm
in the
so
lineup.
tired of that shit.
Donaldson will be in the lineup, and Oswaldo Cabrera
Well, he's a righty.
and his
Going against a
188
lefty.
average will be in the lineup. And what's he hitting as a righty? 120? But you know, that's all of what I just said is happening. 100% it's happening.
Definitely, dude. It's tough, man.
It's tough, man.
I'm tired of that lefty, righty, lefty. Fuck that shit.
No, but that
Yeah,
and
dude.
then
What are you?
what
You
about,
righty?
No, but
No,
what about everybody
righty.
needs an off day?
You
but
are
then,
too, aren't you?
But then they have the
Wear a
most
bat, yeah.
injuries in the league. So no, that system's really working.
Yeah, that's tough, man. You know,
Dude.
they have a lot of money apparently. You know, in sports performance, sports science. Eric Cressy's a shoulder guy, though. You know, so I don't really put too much blame on him for like a Stanton hammy or
Hammy.
you know.
Nice ham sandwich.
He is a renowned shoulder guy.
But what are
Pitching
the
guy.
statistics about guys getting rest and injuries and correlation? Is there any data out there on that?
I'm sure they have it. Yeah, no doubt. But I mean,
I mean, how could they? I mean, especially from this year, how could the data be right?
Yeah, it can be.
what about like
Yeah.
about if you rest them, then
Yeah, and it's
stay
like
healthy.
Yeah.
stay
Oh,
healthy.
so
no, dude, that's all bull. That's
So
all
Stanton
nonsense.
would have pulled his
Nonsense.
hammy on the double. Judge wouldn't
Nonsense.
have broke his toe.
They
on
get hurt
the
anyway.
wall.
They get hurt anyway. So just
I mean,
play.
Yeah,
play.
it just seems like they rest them for really
Just
no
to do
reason.
it.
Yeah, just to do it. Where it's like
bullshit.
it's one thing if you have an ailment where it's like, yo, like my hamstring is tight. I'm worried about it. Sure, take a rest day. But they just like, I guess, just give them rest for no reason. Again, remember like what was it 2 weeks ago where the Yankees were like off on Monday and then they rested Stanton anyway on Tuesday and they were off again on Thursday. Like,
No,
what do
yeah,
they do?
no.
Like, why?
No,
Why?
no, definitely.
Why?
suck.
So I think the common
Yeah,
theme is
terrible,
here:
dude.
the
Like,
people making these
you
decisions
really
don't
can't
know
do
what they're
that.
doing,
Can't do it,
and they're
I can't see you.
buffoons, Tony. How many
Now I can
times
see you.
do
Now
I need
can.
to say buffoon? They are buffoons.
Aaron
Say it some more, dude.
Aaron Buffoon. Okay.
Oh,
No, that's
grimy, man.
that seems too natural to be a bite. I don't know. And
You
Aaron,
don't like
It is,
No,
dude,
no,
I don't.
it's a good one.
It's that's some baby bullshit, dude.
It
That
is.
rest-
It
I
is.
can't take that.
um.
I can't take it.
So I mean,
if I was them, bro, I'd be like, nah, I'm fucking playing.
and honestly, like we're gonna, I'll do my official pick in a sec after Tony talks about the Mets win last night. But
Maybe
Um,
before Tony gets into the Mets. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying, but tonight, we talking about what we think the lineup's gonna look like. JP Sears has pitched great last. We know
no,
him
it's nice
obviously,
that we gave him up though. That's good.
but any confidence, any offensive expectations, like I don't see how we score more than 3 runs.
Zero
tonight.
expectations.
But really, I will be
Zero.
shocked if we score 4 runs.
No doubt. The 3 is the highest.
Yeah.
Over under should be set at 3.
And I think Herman will bounce back though, honestly, because he was
Hopefully,
so
dude.
bad. 17 runs his last 2 starts.
Yeah, brutal. So I mean, and A sucks. So you should hopefully be able to.
And maybe,
to do
I don't
that.
know, Sears has been pitching so well. Maybe, he has an off night for the first time in a little
Probably
bit.
not, dude.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Glaber will be back in the leadoff spot. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, dude. A lot of smart people running the team, dude, in the
Oh.
organization.
But we'll
It's
talk,
fun, dude.
We'll talk.
Florial, leave Florial down
Yeah.
there though.
No, we were
dude.
just
I heard
talking
that
about that.
before.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, no, because we
Totally
needed,
ridiculous.
No, because as
No,
well as
he's not ready
Cabrera
yet.
being no. Also, isn't Florial a switch hitter?
I don't know. Is he? I didn't
Tony,
think so.
pull it up right now.
I don't know, man. He could be. If he is, I mean, he should, like.
No, okay,
No
he's
weapon.
lefty,
How
but,
do you-
but
how do you
whatever.
not-
Either way, yeah.
How
19
do you
home
not
runs,
have him
left-handed.
up over Cabrera? Dude? Bring Peraza up.
Yeah,
Play third.
yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. It makes no sense. They're so stupid. It's like ridiculous.
Oh, but then they
It's
look at
funny.
us like we're stupid. That's the most frustrating part.
I can't take it.
But yeah,
I just can't take the
So-
stupidity, dude. That's more than anything else. Like you lose, I guess. Like that's obviously annoying, but it's like you're losing because you're being stupid.
yeah, stubborn.
Fucking stupid. All right. Don't be stupid.
So we'll talk more about that in a second. But Tony,
But Barnes, maybe this will make you feel just a little bit better. dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Remind
really?
you of some better days, perhaps.
really, what do we have here?
This is from all of us, dude. It came the other
Oh.
day. We it's for your birthday, obviously.
Oh, thank you.
So hold it
What
up.
do we have
Let's
here?
see.
Oh
dude.
boy.
Oh shit, dude. This is sick. The core four. This is dope, guys.
Better
Thank
days,
you.
dude.
This is awesome. Yeah, I'll show more for the camera.
Who's on it, Brian? Can you name them all?
Oh, I don't know. Jeter. Jorge and Mo. I'm
Yeah.
guessing?
I
Yeah.
mean, it's on the shirt.
Well, you told me to do it without looking.
Go look.
Dude, look.
I
Do you
just
know
saw
where that photo's from though? Like what that is?
Is that where the parade is? No, where
It's
is it?
the Beatles. Turn it here, flip it around. So the
There we go.
right, Anthony knew that.
Yeah, it's Abbey Road. It's a
Yeah.
reference to the
Yeah,
Beatles album, but obviously they look like they're in front of the Flatiron Building. Actually,
No, they are.
Yeah,
It's in the city,
Well,
which
That's
is
sick,
sick.
dude. Why the Flatiron
Where were the
Building?
Beatles? When they took that photo? bro?
Abbey Road in England. So
Oh,
it was like
okay,
outside
okay.
their studio.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's
No,
cool.
it's sick,
But
it's sick that they made that one.
Michael.
Yeah, the Flatiron
Thank you,
Building.
Renee. Thank you. You guys. Thank you.
Michael says happy birthday.
Much appreciated.
And
guys.
now you're officially done, dude.
The birthdays are over, dude.
Yeah, birthdays are
Oh, it's
over.
kind of ridiculous taking up so much birthdays.
Yeah. So, Tony, what do you got?
Mr. Met himself.
Mr. Met.
Dude.
Dude, first of all,
Master Met, actually. Tony's Master Met. He's not Mr. Met. He's Master Met.
all right, dude. So the Mets, believe it or not, dude, they won last night. To my surprise, to most people's surprises, you look at this game here. David Peterson on the mound, against Jose Tehran, I believe it is, for the Milwaukee Brewers. One of their better pitchers coming into the season. I think he's like coming into this game. I think he's like a 1.2 or 1.19 ERA, something like that. It was actually really good, dude. And then David Peterson, as we know, just spent his last 6 weeks in the minors trying to get, figure a lot of different stuff out that was wrong. Because the previous 6 weeks of him in the major leagues, he was just giving up runs left and right, just not getting deep into games at all.
Right.
Like I said, just giving up way too many runs. And honestly, right here, this game, his final line, 6 innings, no earned runs, 5 Ks, only 3 walks. Had an okay outing, honestly. Obviously, the line is
Not
great
bad
for
at
the
all,
game.
dude.
No, yeah, not bad at all. But you really look at how Peterson pitched. I mean, yeah, he did well a couple times. His the backdoor slider was pretty lethal.
Yeah, he had it going.
Yeah.
last night.
He got that going. His four-seam fastball was clocking in around 92, which isn't great. And he was causing a lot of ground outs and pop outs, because of his off-speed pitches that he was going to,
Right.
like his sinker, his changeup. Like I said, like there was one at bat where his backdoor slider absolutely fooled somebody. But to the first 4 innings, he was doing well. Again, a couple walks at the first 4 innings.
What?
Tony, but
Holy crap!
isn't your-
that, dude?
Can you put your computer on mute or it messes up like the?
That's a good question. It may.
Because I
What
always
even
just
was
keep
that?
mine on mute just so that doesn't.
Right. I feel like it does. I don't think I have control actually of my volume. right now.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah, dude. But I don't know why it's happening now because it never happened before like this.
Right.
It's bullshit. Anyway, I digress here. Let's get into some scoring
not
here.
digress.
4th inning, dude. 4th inning
Okay.
is when the Mets started scoring first here. So in the 4th inning is nothing. So you're already pretty surprised about Peterson not giving up any runs to the first 4 innings, despite being in trouble. I think he had the bases loaded in the first inning or something like that. But a lot of great defense, honestly, from the Mets is really what helped Peterson's line stay down to no earned runs. And we'll get more into that towards the end here. But bottom of the 4th here, Nimmo, leadoff hitter, hits a dinger 422 feet off of an 85-mile-an-hour cutter. Hits it to about, right center field. After that, Marte grounds out, and then Lindor up, cranks one to left center field off of another sinker from Tehran. So, Tehran's off-speed pitches, his sinker specifically, I suppose, is what they were keying on here. But, those 2 home runs and 2 solo home runs, I should say, in 1 inning, puts up the Mets 2-0. After that, Alonso grounds out. McNeil reaches an infield single, but then Pham flies out to right field to end the inning. Going now to the bottom of the 5th, where the Mets get some more scoring opportunities. Top of the 5th, by the way, Peterson struck out Wiener swinging with a curveball And then struck out Perkins, and then Contreras grounded out. So again, like he was pretty, I guess efficient, I should say, with causing ground outs, keeping his pitch count low. Again, after the 5th inning, you're thinking maybe he's done, but I think he was maybe 85 pitches through after 5. So that was great. Tehran back in bottom of the 5th here. Vogelback leadoff single. Brett Beatty flies out to right. Narvaez flies out to left, but then Brendan Nimmo hits his second dinger of the game, 396 feet, scores Vogelback, 2-run home run, makes it 4-0. Marte after that grounds out to Tehran to end the inning. Peterson comes back out for the 6th, strikes out Yelich and Adames. So 2 up, 2 down to start that inning. Strikes out Yelich, I believe, on the curve. No, 4-seam fastball. Both of those strikeouts actually are the 4-seam fastball. Again, clocking in at 92 is his max, it seemed like yesterday. But if the location is on, he was killing the top half of that strike zone. Those rising fastballs, even at 92, they're hard. There's movement to them. So, and it's a 4-seamer too. So more movement, than a usual fastball. But Miller singles, Urias grounds out to shortstop to end the inning there. Now we're bottom of the 6th where the Mets do continue to score here. Leadoff pop out by Lindor. Alonso hit by a pitch, and then Alonso steals second base. Talk about sending runners, Brian. McNeil strikes out
Isn't
swing.
that nice?
Talk
dude?
about
You like that?
I do.
I didn't think
like
teams did that anymore, though. I
No,
thought they were all just used aging
dude,
guys
no.
and let them
Can't
strike
do
out
that.
and not score any runs. I thought that's what the strategy
Let's
is.
keep it in the Mets here, guys. All right, we're in the
No,
Mets
we are
breakdown
talking
here.
about the
No,
Mets.
Queens.
I'm saying I didn't.
No.
Also, you still want to trade Nimmo?
I mean, dude, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Yes, I do. 2 home runs. I mean, come on.
I'm a
dude.
little surprised by that, though. Matt.
Nimmo?
That he wants to trade Nimmo. I mean, I understand
Stinks.
like where they are. I don't, but I think his contract stinks. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he stinks.
He stinks.
I mean,
Really?
dude, stupid mental mistakes in the field. I mean, there's no room for
Mental.
that.
Have your
Mental.
mentals.
And I'm sure we'll get to this. Tony, don't mean to interrupt, but Scherzer willing to waive the no trade clause.
Yeah, I
don't know if
did
you
hear
saw
that. Yeah, I saw that too.
Oh,
Did
I
you
actually
see
missed that.
Yeah.
Was there
Wow.
any reference or speculation as to
To-
where?
to
No.
win- he all it said was
To
to
win.
win the World Series.
Okay.
Yeah. So
How are you?
we'll see what happens there. But McNeil struck out swinging after Alonso stole second. McNeil, by the way, so sucky, dude. Talk about trading someone.
I told you
Um,
yesterday. I said
yeah.
do it.
Tommy Pham,
The
though,
reigning batting
doubles
champ,
to
Tony.
left. I know, dude. And now he's like 227, I think is his average. So
Wow.
240 maybe.
Wow.
It's just ridiculous, dude. Like, so bad. And then on top of it, I mean, Jeff McNeil has probably the worst body language and the worst attitude when he's not doing well.
He's tight.
And it's just like, I don't know, man. I just think about like being in the clubhouse with him in the dugout
Right.
and he's fucking bugging out. I mean, it's kind of awkward and weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I feel
Wait,
like
does
it's
he
not.
Does he do that? Like he's known to do that?
Yeah. Oh, dude,
Oh, no
he's
way.
dude. Every time he strikes out, it's just like screaming and
He's an
yelling and
emotional
throw.
mess.
Yeah, he is very emotional. He's
I
really
didn't
angry,
know that
dude.
about him.
Has a temper, definitely. And it's just tough because it's just it's not conducive to a good clubhouse mentality, I feel.
Yeah.
but-
no, I mean, definitely right about that.
After the Pham double that scored Alonso, you get a Vogelback home
how about
run.
that?
It was actually a pretty impressive home run too, 399 feet, but this ball, it was a 4-seam fastball really high in the zone. That probably would have been a ball, but Vogelback goes up for it and absolutely just pulls it to left field. Obviously, Pham was on base there after the double, so it makes it 7-0. As now at that point, Drew Smith comes in at the 7th. He strikes out Anderson. Wiener gets walked. Monasterio gets walked, but then Perkins strikes out swinging. Wiener was caught stealing second, by the way. So
Wow.
a great, caught stealing there. But then fast forward now, top of the 8th, Brigham in. And Brigham fucking sucks. He's someone who really just I'm tired of seeing because he absolutely sucks. Gives up a leadoff single by Contreras. I really thought the Mets were going to blow it here. After that, Yelich walked. Adames lines out. Miller strikes
Brigham
out.
sucks.
But then Rowdy Tellez gets walked. Yelich to second. Contreras to third. Bases are loaded. Brigham at this point still in the game. Anderson RBI single scores Contreras and Yelich, makes it 7-2. Thankfully, at that point, Buck knows I'm not playing any games right now. Brings in Leon. Leon, gets Wiener to ground out. And then, Mets were, I think, 3 up, 3 down, in the 8th. And then Leon comes back out for the 9th. Another moment where I'm thinking, oh, shit, like Leon might blow it here. 5-run lead might not be enough for him. But Strikes out Monasterio, strikes out Perkins, strikes out Contreras for the side,
There you go.
and retires the Brewers here to end the game.
And Tony was pumped.
Mets win 7-2.
Were you actually pumped?
I mean, I was a little upset
little
because I
pumped.
picked the Brewers yesterday. I picked the Mets to lose
But
actually yesterday.
Wow,
get,
that is
take
awful,
the pick
dude.
segment
How
out
could
of
you
it.
do that?
I mean,
It's nice to see Pearson come up, I guess, and obviously he worked on some things. I don't know. I think you might have been out, but like his slider did look really impressive.
had some bite.
Had some tremendous bite to it.
Tony,
But
the bullpen though, brutal, man. The
bullpen
Mets.
absolutely.
I mean, the three guys
sucks,
that brought in
dude.
last night. Smith's got a 4.5
Yeah.
ERA. So does Brigham.
Yeah,
And then Leon's got a 5.3 ERA.
it's nothing.
No, that's
nothing
real
is
good.
good.
That is brutal.
You have like realistically, I mean, realistically, there really is like one guy, which is Robertson. You really trust
Yeah.
out there. Even out of
They might trade him.
No, I think you have to because for the Mets to do what's right for their organization,
Yeah, they have
to trade
Yeah,
Robertson.
so, yeah.
That's going to
Just
be
try and
pretty good
trade-
value. Numbers wise, he might be the best performing reliever available.
Tony,
Oh, yeah.
who do you want to trade, bro? I'm curious. Master Met.
in general,
Yeah, like the list. Like you have a list.
I mean, I think the entire bullpen is up for grabs. I mean,
Okay.
you really need a complete overhaul there anyway.
What
Are
about-
you
what-
excited for the prospects though of what Robertson will fetch or no?
I mean, yes, I guess so. It really sucks to see Robertson go
Mm-hmm.
because I cannot help but think like what the bullpen will look like if if Diaz
And
is healthy and
yeah.
Robertson's your setup man.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you be concerned next
Um,
year that Robertson he's going to be
Not
like
good.
40?
Yes,
that-
exactly.
So this
So
is
it's
the
like,
time.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is
it
the
Tony,
has
time.
to be,
what about
dude.
so all right, so bullpen Marte?
Right.
Would you-
Marte's certainly up for grabs.
all right.
Pham,
McNeil.
McNeil.
Wow.
Really anyone that is willing. I mean, I feel like obviously
would
like,
you trade some of these youngsters like Beatty and the other guys for Ohtani, dude?
it's interesting. I mean, you got rid of Escobar, right? So you don't really have any other
Escobar.
third baseman besides Babe's your everyday guy. Obviously,
Yeah.
Alvarez is your everyday catcher now. So I'm kind of hesitant to trade them. For me, and I think and a lot of people, fans and Billy Epler included,
Yeah.
are against trading Vientos and Mauricio.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think I'm not that. I'm not that hesitant to trade at least Vientos anyway. I mean,
Right.
you're gonna have to give up some prospects. You're gonna have to because you're gonna have to retool a lot.
But do you want would you be comfortable doing that? Because Ohtani, you
Yeah.
don't know if you're even gonna you don't know what he'll do.
Yeah, I mean, Barnes and I were talking, and I really do
You'd have
think
to
the
have
Mets.
a guarantee.
No, yeah, you would
that he
have to.
say.
But even so, I mean, like, I don't know. I Barnes and I were talking this week and even last week too. Like, I think the Mets should really pursue Juan Soto.
Wow, yeah.
Um,
I could
Because they are in desperate need of a great
He
outfielder.
probably will.
He's youthful.
I remember when they were when he with the
Right.
whole trade thing last year.
Yeah.
I said last year that he's gonna wind up with the Mets. I just feel like
It's
that's
so
gonna happen.
annoying that it's not realistic. But I mean, both teams, I guess, need him equally. But that would really be our like. Could you imagine what a star he would be for us?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing with the Mets, but like, it's so annoying though. Like, I don't care. I no qualms about any prospect we have to get Soto. I don't care.
Mhm.
I don't care. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sure, I look forward to Dominguez and Wells and Beater.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It just to have Soto locked up for 10 years,
Yeah.
25 years old, and he's
With
already a
Judge.
star. We don't have to like,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, are they going to be a star? Are they not going to be a star? Like, I don't want to have to wonder about that.
Fucking Stanton, dude. Fucked everything.
Well, Michael Theofil says Mets talk. Time for Matt and Barnes to not pay attention. LOL. Or just talk about the Yankees anyway, like right now.
Sorry, Tony.
How realistic do you think a Soto trade is?
For the Mets, I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's
But
going to be.
why would they do that though? He's gonna be a free agent. Just wait.
Well,
Well,
because
the Padres are going to want to deal him though.
they're going to want to deal
Yeah.
him, and
They
then you
suck,
don't
the
want somebody
Padres.
else to get him.
Right,
Then
and then
he's in
sign
their
him.
building. He
Yeah.
has a good experience,
Right.
and they have the upper hand.
Yeah, exactly. Possession is 9/10 of the law, Matthew. Did you know that?
But what do you?
No, I didn't know, dude.
What do you see? Like, what are you seeing that? Like, what's your prediction on him? Like, what's going to end up happening before the
Soto?
deadline? Yeah.
I think he's going to get dealt. It's so tough because Epler spoke a few days ago, and what does he say? He says we're not going to be. He's like, last season we didn't want to trade any of our prospects, and this season we have the same mentality.
He's an idiot.
I mean, it kind of is stupid. Just because, I mean, last season obviously was entirely different. You know, this season
Mhm.
is not working out at all
Right.
in the sense that you hoped, that you planned for it to. So you have to make an adjustment. You have to pivot. And,
Right.
you know, like you brought up Beatty and Alvarez. They're doing great. They're everyday players for you. That is a success of bringing people up through your farm system. yes, Mauricio is absolutely killing it. Vientos had a little bit of a struggle when he was brought up, but he didn't really get a lot of playing time, didn't get a lot of looks. Most of it was at the DH spot, so we didn't see him a lot, in the field. We saw him a little bit at first base, which isn't a position that he normally even plays, and he looked good at first base. But I just think at this point you have to be willing to part ways with those prospects if you're trying to try and pull some guy in. And it's not like, obviously, the way you want to do it is you're not going to trade for an older guy, because obviously that hasn't been working for you recently with the older guys you've been acquiring. So that's why like Juan Soto seems like a great guy who's young, has a long future in the league, is going to be great, could be a player you can build around, is an outfielder you need, is a bat you need. And if you give up a prospect for it, then so be it. That's what you kind of need to do. Again, like you have players in the organization that are youthful that you can build on.
Yep.
In reality, like, yeah, Nimmo can turn it around. Alonso is fine with where he's at. Even, Lindor.
Dude, I've heard some people say that they would trade Lindor, bro. I know that's like impossible.
You're gonna have to eat too much money,
Yeah.
and you're not gonna get anything.
It kind of is impossible. And honestly, I mean, you really look at it. I mean, a big reason why Peterson was able to kind of stay in this game last night was because of the good defense that he had around him. And I think people maybe forgot a little bit, like the defense in the past couple of weeks has been really shoddy in terms of then
the whole month of June. It's been
like pretty bad. Again, like the bad plays by Nimmo, like the poor plays in the infield.
They have like the worst, one of the worst defensive percentages in the league.
Yeah.
June.
They had a horrible June, but this team had some of the best defensive metrics last season, and they've been going through a lull in general, and those types of mistakes can kind of snowball. So it's like, look at how they played last night. I'm not surprised their defense was kind of firing, because they're all great defenders. That's why they're in the major leagues. Like people just, again, like when tough teams, especially teams that are dealing with a certain market they're in, or having so many young players on the team, and then having such a terrible season, a terrible month, like, I mean, that really weighs down on you mentally, and that's why you'll make mistakes on everyday plays where you would normally not. So, yeah, it sucks to see Nimmo misreading balls in the outfield. It sucks to see Beatty hesitating at third base, causing runs to score. Like, it sucks to see those defensive mistakes, but, I mean, that's something I kind of expected to be turned around. And Lindor is a huge part of why our infield is so good. That guy is a tremendous shortstop, and he made a Jeter-esque play last night. He was turning double plays, and keeping Peterson in the game. So it kept the Mets, having a good lead, having confidence, obviously ultimately winning too. So I do really like Lindor at shortstop. He's got great metrics at bat. I know some of his numbers, like his average, his home runs, isn't really what we want for the amount he's getting paid. But I still think he has room to grow as well. I mean, has a ton of RBIs. I'm not sure how many RBIs he has, but he's leading the league in terms of shortstops with RBIs. His 200th career home run last night, which they popped up a stat saying that only 10 shortstops in MLB history have hit more than 200 home runs, which is pretty crazy. When I heard that, I was like, wow. Like,
well, because you think back to the day, I mean, no shortstops were hitting home runs, way back. Or if they were, they're hitting
little guys
10,
like Rizzuto.
Mr. Rizzuto. What do you think Mr. Rizzuto would
disgrace? Total disgrace. All of them. Yeah. All of them would say that.
Did he play for the Mets, dude?
Absolutely not, dude.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Lifelong Yankee, dude.
No, you're thinking of Mr. Barra, who would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Disgraceful.
Yeah, probably. They definitely would. But yeah, in terms of who's giving up, I mean, I think at this point, really,
you're pretty embarrassed.
Like anyone and everyone is kind of available, dude. Like for the right price at this point. And it's interesting because Cohen is speaking today before the game.
Are you excited?
What are you anticipating, Tony?
I'm anticipating for him to come out here and have some type of plan. Because like I said, Epler spoke last week, maybe with nothing. He didn't give anyone anything. He was tiptoeing around questions. We have the same mentality. We believe in Buck.
How funny is it that he learned under Cashman,
dude? Yeah,
Tony, how do you feel about Buck, bro?
I think we talked about it.
Because I'll be honest, dude, I don't like the whole laissez-faire comments and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I'd be a little.
I think he has his medical card.
Proud of our guys,
Buck.
At this point, yeah, definitely.
Sounds like he does. That would kind of rub me the wrong way, Tony. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, bro.
No,
Like,
it does.
That shit's annoying, dude. I'm proud of it. What do you mean? We did everything we could.
Yeah, it's like what else would we do? Like, it's like it's stupid, obviously. Exactly. It's like, yeah, like
I'm proud of it.
But I mean, we talked about it yesterday, and the first person I would probably want to see go would be Epler.
Yeah, same.
Obviously,
I like Buck, dude. I think he's a good manager.
No, I think he is
but,
too.
I mean, he's kind of shot.
But even like I think he has. Lindor spoke on it yesterday, actually, or 2 days ago, saying that like everyone around the clubhouse believes in Buck. They do enjoy Buck. He still has this team. He's a big reason why we do have success. Which
success?
Is evident. Like even last year. I mean, the guy won Manager of the Year last year.
Right.
Right. There's it's not like for no reason, dude. But it's tough because to try and throw the blame around. Obviously, Epler is the one who made mistakes at trade deadlines, acquired some players. Buck makes mistakes too. But I mean, when you really look at it, like some of his mistakes that you can really see are probably managing the bullpen, which isn't an easy task because everyone sucks out of the bullpen.
Right.
100%. So it's not
tough
hard.
To look successful when what you have to work with sucks.
And you would know this better than me. I mean, are they trying, even if they haven't had success, like random guys from the minors? If they probably have had one of the most roster moves in that
had
area
to have,
league.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing guys come up this month that you didn't see for the past ever.
Right.
So they are bringing up different guys, the right guys, the wrong guys. They made that trade.
This guy, that guy.
Literally, it's a bunch of fucking idiots, honestly, coming in. And it's just really tough because you're really, again, like I keep saying it too, a team that was built around a good starting rotation.
They doesn't have one.
They don't have a good starting rotation
and a good bullpen.
And Epler, which was a bullpen that we talked about needed help. Epler lets like Seth Lugo walk. Didn't really bring up anyone else. Like it's not bad management of your bullpen.
And didn't add anybody after Diaz went down.
Yeah,
they're like, we have Robertson and Ottavino.
Oh, we sent scouts out to Cincinnati. Wow, his brother. Ooh, yeah, nothing.
And now his brother is having like the best closing season out of anybody in the whole league.
And you could have had him immediately after the WBC.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't you go get him?
Unbelievable.
Sounds like somebody who's learned under Cashman.
I also don't think Epler and Buck get along. I would be.
I don't know.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It's tough to say.
I've heard. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't heard really much about.
Yeah, I heard that there's a little.
Honestly, I hope so because we see so many times where an organization will bring in a new GM, and what does that GM do? Well, he brings in his own manager, he brings in a new staff and stuff like that. So, I mean, I would be willing to try new GM, keep Buck, and see how that works. And if if Buck and Epler didn't really, if they were button heads, I mean, I think that'd be a good indication that maybe if Epler goes, Buck can stay.
I think so.
But again, like, I mean, at this point, we just need some type of change. We need some type of plan, I mean, I want Steve Cohen to come out here and be like, you know what? Like, I'm going to eat a contract. I'll sell a guy. I'll get rid of him, whatever. We'll bring in somebody new. And I know, I mean, Rick and Dave are talking about it. I think Cohen lost like well over $100 million last year on the Mets.
Pocket change.
Yeah, which is such a ridiculous statement. So I think Cohen's willing to do it. And for him to come out and have this meeting, I guess, I'm really interested to see what's going to go down, dude. So, but we'll see.
Will you be tuning in?
Yeah, absolutely. If I can, I'm sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Are you going to be picking the Mets tonight?
I know.
Don't be a mush,
tough,
dude.
Eddie Mush.
Senga on the mound. And how much confidence do you have in Senga? I mean, he hasn't really been the best acquisition at all.
Can't pitch on the road. What is that, dude? That's pathetic.
Luckily they're home tonight, dude.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
So I guess
no, it's just the way he said it.
Senga?
Yeah.
I sure give me the Mets. Give me Senga going, I don't know, 5 2/3 with 2 earned runs, I guess. We can use Ottavino out of the bullpen still, which is great. And maybe again, like good offense last night from some guys. Vogelback, you don't see a lot of. I want to see some RBIs, maybe some Pham again, like a good indication on what this team could be like the entire season was last night. They just obviously are not that consistent, and it's not like Peterson you expect him to come out ever again with a line like that, honestly. But you try to stay hopeful. You think the offense could keep going. I mean, Nimmo heating up, maybe he can kind of turn a nice stretch here would be great of some good at bats. So I would say sure. Give me the Mets. I'll say they win 5-3.
All right. I mean, that's something, Tony. No,
I mean, it's definitely something, Brian. What do you got? Do you take the Yankees?
3-1. I
Easy.
want more runs. There should be more runs,
Can't.
but there's
Can't do
not.
it.
There's not going to be more runs. But give me Domingo, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 6 hits, 1 earned run. Picking up the win. I think Holmes, a flawless 9th inning for the save. And you said it before, Tony. I guess Mr. Rizzo finally hits a home run. First one in a month.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And give Volpe 2 for 5, 2 steals. Trying to be optimistic,
Right.
but that's the best I can do. 3-1 Yankees.
Love it, dude.
I'm in lockstep with Brian.
Watch
There
that, dude.
we
Yes,
go.
obviously, dude.
Oh, by the way,
Oh.
we both went 1 and 2 last night, so
Really?
you're still up 4. And
You
you're gonna
sure?
question. You picked the Brewers, not the Mets, Tony. So that's
I
your
know.
fault, not mine.
Tony, that's awful, dude. How
I
could
picked
you
the
do that? How could
Brewers.
you do that?
Who else did I pick last
Pick
night?
against
I
your
mean,
own
I have
team,
it right
dude.
here.
I picked the Brewers.
awful.
I picked the Padres that lost. And I picked the Dodgers
Is
that
that
won.
1? So
Yeah.
that's 1 and 2, right? Oh no, but let's check. Let's check it out, Tony. I'm lying to you.
No, that's it. Yeah. You know, Matthew, there's been several times where I've caught Brian.
liar?
Brian's a cheater, dude.
I'm a
So many
cheater.
times. So many times.
I'm a cheater, but yet Tony's won maybe 75% of the picks.
No, because I catch you cheating. Dude,
No.
obviously. Yes,
Wow,
yes.
dude.
Dude, there's been more than one
Wow.
occasion where
Foul
Brian has
play,
flubbed, dude.
dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, one time it's like, oh, maybe a mistake, but like 3 or 4 times.
I
it's like,
think we're exaggerating with the
You
third one.
cheating?
I'll give you 2.
Are you gonna
Probably
get
3.
roast?
All right, what's number 2,
All right.
dude? What's number 2?
All right, let's go. Number 2, I'm gonna go. I mean, no. Wait a minute. I had it marked up, dude. Oh, give me the Rays over the Diamondbacks. Zach Eflin, dude. Seen him pitch a lot for the Phillies. Was okay with the Phillies. Pretty solid here. Same shit, honestly, Tampa Bay. But Zach Davies over there for Arizona, 7.82 ERA.
Maybe
1
the
and
Mets will
4
target
on
him
the
at the
season.
trade deadline.
Eflin or Davies?
Davies.
I really hope not, dude. Tampa Bay obviously winning last night 8-4, first game of the series. So give me a back-to-back wins for T-Bay. T-Bay, I want to say, I don't know, maybe like 6-2. 6-2.
6-2. You know, I just saw this and I had to take it. It seems stupid. It seems like, oh, come on, they're going to turn it around. But let me tell you, Tony, it started last year against the Mets. I am a Mitch Keller believer.
Wow.
If the Pirates continue to fade, that's a name that contenders, I'm sure, will look to add. He's 8-3, 3.45, going against Snell, 4-6, 3.22. But the Padres can't hit. They can't win consistently. So I think Keller mows him down. Let's go 9 Ks over 6 1/3. Andrew McCutcheon, a grand slam off Snell in the 4th. All amounts to the Pirates over the Padres, 5-2.
Oof.
What do you think of that pick, honestly?
I like that a lot.
You like
honestly.
Keller?
Yeah.
You believe
How
in
can you
Keller?
not?
Yeah.
Of course you believe in him. Do I take Kansas City, dude? No. They lost 2-1 last night. Absolutely not. Not a good pick, dude. Not a good pick. Do I go back to the well with the Dodgers undecided against Freeland? No, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go with the Marlins against the Red Sox here in Boston, to be honest. Marlins, we know about the games that the seasons they have, very overwhelming in terms of their performance, winning 4 out of 5 out of the last 5 games here, beating Boston in the first game last night 10-1. Obviously the offense is there. So against Caleb Ort, 31-year-old for Boston here. Interesting. I guess his first season of the MLB was 2021 when he was 29. I think it's absolutely popped to put Boston 1 game under 500. Give me Miami winning this one. Offense still churning. I would say 7-4. 7-4.
7-4. I'm going to say, 10-4.
Big 10-4, dude.
I'm going to go
Copy
the
over
Rangers over the Tigers. 10-4.
Wow. Javi Baez.
Dane
Javier.
Dunning.
He sucks, dude.
He does.
And he's going up
Shit.
against Joey Wentz, 1-8, 6.72.
Where are
this
you?
is for the Series W. You had the Tigers 7-2 over the Rangers game 1, losing 8-3 yesterday. And I think the Rangers will have another dominant offensive performance. And Dane Dunning will get his 7th victory of the year.
Love it, dude.
10-4. Adolis Garcia, 3 home runs tonight.
Love it, dude.
Let's go.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go, dude. Let's go right now.
And
Let's
I
go.
must see you at the stadium today, brother. And I know I mentioned this to you a little while ago, and I haven't really got to talk to Matt about it, but you know what would be perfect for us,
Lay it
but
on
I
me,
know
dude.
they're just not going to want to trade for him. Maybe, but probably not. And for the Marlins' sake, I think it would be great to trade him when the value's high, but I would love a
Chisholm?
rise leading off. Imagine that, dude.
Jazz Chisholm.
No, but I feel like that's that type of player.
You need that.
But
You
that
need that.
that fixes
Are
everything.
you kidding?
Yeah.
Imagine
do it.
him one, Volpe two, vice versa, and then get into your meat.
Get in the meat, dude.
The consistent
Little
jacking.
Judge. Little Stan. Stan sucks.
Well, I mean, they do, Tony, trade guys before they have
Faded.
to pay him most of the time. I mean,
Right.
Any chance you think they look at that and be like, wow, I mean, I feel like his value is never going to be higher.
I think we talked about this yesterday, right? Didn't I say no? Because it's like, dude,
Well,
like,
they won't-
yeah,
they
but then
won't,
I
they
didn't
won't
say
do
the
it.
thing about the value higher. We've seen them trade
I'm
guys,
pretty sure
though.
you did say they're going to be like, oh, his value isn't higher.
Whatever. Tony.
Batting
It's not that
400.
hey.
I mean, I think they could fetch a lot, no? I mean, versus what they gave up, Pablo Lopez.
No, yes. Oh my god, yeah. The return, the ROI would be
Right.
ridiculous, dude. But I just feel like they kind of want to build upon. Isn't he kind of youngish? 27?
26.
Yeah.
Do it.
I mean, you can get a lot
Just
for
do
him, I'm
it,
sure.
dude.
I would love to see him on the Mets, dude. But I just don't think they're gonna do it. Especially to a
So-
divisional rival like the Mets.
He's got 2 years of control after this year. I mean, I would give up kind of a lot almost.
Muchacho.
I give
Hola.
up like 2 or 3 prospects for him.
Who'd you? What prospects?
Even though he's performing well, I guess Wells, I
Mm.
would give up. I kind of would I know we hate because we haven't developed a pitcher in a while, but it's Wells and Beater and just get a rise and
Bader?
have him hit 400 and actually hit unlike
Yeah.
everyone else.
Yeah. Would be sick, dude.
And trade Donaldson to him.
Dude, nobody's taking Donaldson, dude. They have to DFA.
Yeah, because it's just one of those things. You're not.
He's
paying-
done, dude. He's
but
got to retire.
you're
bro.
not-
He sucks.
The whole
He can't
idea
play.
of attaching prospects to get rid of. I mean, especially somebody who's on an expiring contract. Like, what are we even talking about? Why would you
Well,
do that?
Yeah, hopefully they don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they will, but it's like,
Donaldson sucks. He's got to go, dude.
So and you are firm believer like me, 3-1 tonight. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
see
dude.
any
No,
any
dude,
chance of
definitely
like
not. No,
7, 8.
Can't do it, dude. Nope. They're not capable, dude.
More
right now.
likely that Stan goes deep or strikes out 5 times.
Definitely strikes out 5 times, dude. He's not going deep. No shot.
Would you say, Tony? I mean, 5 is a lot of strikeouts.
He could do it.
I think you can do it.
You think you can strike out 5 times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%,
man.
bro.
That is so tough.
And then he'll say, "Oh man, what
What you gonna say?
That's exactly what he's gonna say
Oh,
after the game in the clubhouse interview with Meredith Morakovitz. Hey, no,
Yeah, I gotta do
play
better.
better.
I gotta do
I
better.
just gotta figure it out.
I gotta do better. No,
Fucking
I
idiot.
was just hoping like a shot in the dark, maybe some recent news articles on Florial. Nada. So I guess no promotion imminent. So I mean, we expect it at this point, right?
Do we?
Yeah.
Just leave him. Don't do that, dude.
no, then just release him after the season. Get
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
even trade
Yep,
him.
yep.
Nothing.
Just cut him.
Does he
Makes
make
a lot of sense?
does he
dude.
return to the majors this year, Tony?
Yeah.
Florial?
Yeah. Right? Has to. Come on.
I don't know. I just feel like at this point we can't assume
Oh,
anybody's getting a
dude.
call. Right? I mean,
Oh.
Probably not, dude. That would make too much sense.
it
You
would.
can't be doing that.
So hopefully there's something better to talk about tomorrow. Right? I mean, it is
Yeah,
what
hope
it
so,
is,
dude.
what it is.
It is what it is.
Gentlemen, though, anything else you guys
Gentleman Jack.
wanted to mention here as we come to a close?
Yes, actually.
What do we got, Tony?
So the Devils made a very good trade, actually.
New Jersey.
The New Jersey Devils made a nice trade. Which
Draft is tonight, huh?
the draft is tonight, actually.
Connor
yeah.
Bedard going to the Blackhawks.
Yes, we
so
know that.
Dean is riled.
Yeah, Dean, I'm sure is gonna be pumped, dude, this
Oh, Dean
weekend.
Fucking
Horseshoe Sunday, by the way. Sports Port.
Port.
Guys, gotta be.
You
tuning in,
already
dude.
know.
6:30
Three
already.
weeks already since the last
Yeah, it flies by.
How
but
is that?
Tyler Toffoli.
It's like saying week 17.
Yeah.
from the Kings.
Yeah.
Traded to the Devils for some, I think, a draft pick and a prospect.
What round?
Devils are really going for it,
Deep,
dude.
honestly.
Okay, Toffoli, like he's that good, or
I mean, I would think, like, again, he's someone that we definitely like mentioned throughout the season for the Kings. Someone who's been in the league for a while too. A good, I think, experienced goal scorer that the Devils brought in. I would say great move by them.
Okay, so after this move, Tony, are the Devils officially better than the Rangers?
I mean, the
Probably,
Devils
right?
beat the Rangers, in the postseason.
So I guess
here,
that made them officially better. But
yeah, dude. I mean, look at
But I mean,
Tyler Toffoli's.
oh wow.
73 points, plus 16 in the ice, 34 goals, 39
Why would the
assists,
Kings
dude.
want to get rid of him?
I guess for the prospects, maybe.
Yeah, they want to get younger.
And he's older. Yeah, he's 31.
Okay, I thought he was a little younger.
But still, I mean,
they made the playoffs this year, though, right?
yeah, they did. They're out in
That was kind of a surprise,
second
too,
round,
right?
dude.
Because aren't they?
Yeah, dude, they had a
yeah,
tremendously
Yeah.
good season, like really good season.
Like surprisingly good.
Very
Like they weren't
surprisingly
supposed
good.
to.
Very
Yeah.
good. There.
Very good there with Fialo and another young guy who led the team. I forget his name. But dealing quick, getting a decent goaltender to get kind of hop in there was a good adjustment by them. Honestly, Kings are going to have a good year, I think, coming into the season too.
Yeah.
Especially like they're going to be able to draft. They have another prospect too from the Devils that they got. And I say that was a win-win for both sides, but a nice, solid move for the Devils for sure. And it was nice to see some hockey news out there. So. That's all I got.
Love
Yeah,
that,
well, of
Tony.
course. I do. That's
You know
all
what
I
I
got.
feel like is a good way to end the show. We've talked about a lot of the incompetence of the Yankees. So just quoting Aaron Buffoon here. I guess this was after the game, talking about the recent struggles. We know we have a higher standard and expect more, and know we're going to be better, but we're going through it right now. But the best part, a little bit. So just a little bit, Aaron. So let's let that marinate. And when they have 3 hits tonight, we'll be thinking about just a little bit, right, Matt?
They're going through it just a little bit. He's saying,
Yeah, just a little
like
bit.
it's not that bad.
No, just a little bit. What a joke. What a joke. But I have to say, despite that scenario, what a show today.
Yeah, what a
boys.
show.
A little
What a
Renee on the
show.
way
Little
out,
Renee.
too. There we go.
Renee, looking fancy.
Is this your medicinal tea you have today? Or
A medicinal drink?
yeah, you always have the medicinal tea, no?
No, but this has it has fresh watermelon juice in it.
Fresh
Wow.
watermelon juice. So,
Delicious.
maybe if the Yankees drink a little bit of
Did you
that,
make?
they could
Did
get a
you
couple more
homemade
hits.
it? You homemade it?
Wow.
I'll tell you everything that's in here. I'm very excited.
There we go.
All right.
There we
There
go.
you go.
Looking
dude.
forward to that.
But
Greg.
as I was saying,
Don't interrupt Ryan.
great time today. Really great having Matt here. And really appreciate everybody
Rowan.
tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.